Normal Redditors that dated a celebrity, what was it like? A fairly close acquaintance of mine at the time went on a few dates with Natalie Portman when they were both at Harvard around 2002. He said she was exceptionally down to earth, genuine, and very engaging. Edit, okay, honestly, what the actual duck? Reddit is the fucking Twilight Zone. I just thought it was a cool anecdote from my younger and more vulnerable years. Apart from a few holiday break college parties, I barely knew the guy. It was like a 20 minutes convo from 18 years ago. And he didn't even bring it up, resisting the topic altogether. My childhood best friend egged him into sharing what little details I recall. I really don't know anything about Natalie Portman, but here's what I do know. She is so fucking cool, that a guy she dumped after just a few dates, was so fucking cool that he hesitated to even publicly acknowledge ever dating her. And after all, he lost the girl, so I completely understand his trepidation. A guy that humble, reserved, and mature at such a young age is fucking cool. But obviously just cool enough for 3 dates with Natalie Portman. Honestly, that 20-minute story told me everything about how fucking cool Natalie Portman is. My mom had a dinner date with George Clooney in the 90s. She didn't really say much apart from the fact that he's an interesting and charismatic guy, but she honestly didn't think he was going to blow up. My best friend's mom worked with him years ago, their early 20s or college age-ish. He was a shoe salesman, she was security. Said he talked about wanting to act and get famous and everyone doubted him, but he was always nice to everyone and a likable guy. Said he always talked about wanting to act and get famous and everyone doubted him, but he was always nice to everyone and a likable guy. My wife and I took ballroom dancing lessons many years ago. The teachers, a married couple, said that in the 80s, late 70s, they lived next door, or possibly a couple doors down, from Keanu Reeves, who was just a young boy at the time. Said he came over often to play with their son and often ate at their place. The lady said that he always said he was going to get into acting and become famous, and they would say, "Oh. Okay, that's nice, dear. Lol." Not a date, per se, but I had a nice quiet dinner with Samantha Fox in her hotel room in Toronto in the 80s. She was in town for a show and I was attached to her security detail. She asked me to eat with her because she didn't want to go out but hated eating alone. Sweet girl, kinda sad too. Lonely. Edit, well that blew up. I don't remember a lot of details, what we ate etc., but I do remember we talked about her growing up in the UK and being still amazed at her success. I do remember she said she looked forward to seeing the world on tour, but apparently the world all looked like the same hotel room. She never got to just explore and play tourist. Wow, she seemed like the sexiest woman alive to me when I was young in the 80s. Same here. First boobs I saw, circa 1987. Angry mother noises. This thread has taught me that as an aunt I really need to up my dating game so my nibblings will have better stories. A family friend's mom went clubbing with Lady Gaga. Afterwards, Gaga asked if she knew who she was. Friend's mom had no idea. This is my favorite one so far. It's endearing to think of someone hanging out with Lady Gaga and having zero clue who she is. How did she end up clubbing with Lady Gaga? Was this a long time ago? Were they not being mobbed by people? Just trying to imagine the circumstances that led to this, and can't. Reminds me of my best friend's dad. He was volunteering at a local festival concert many years ago, and in search of a bathroom he wandered into the backstage area. At that time, Velvet Revolver was a thing, and they were the show's headliners, so my friend's dad ends up back there and the band is slowly getting ready for when it's time for their set. Friend's dad asks / where the bathroom is and / points it out. Friend's dad takes a piss, then comes back and smokes a cigarette while making small talk with / then heads back. Had no idea who he was hanging out with. Celebrities probably enjoy having a conversation with someone who has no idea who they are and treats them like a normal person. You don't have to be a celebrity to enjoy having a conversation with someone who has no idea who you are and treats you like a normal person. That sounds pretty duckin' awesome. Oh god, I'm so lonely. Back when they were still a small bar band, my mother had drinks with the Cult. The lead singer had told her he was in a band, but she didn't believe him. So when they played Wildflower that night, he dedicated the song to her. Dude, that's awesome, I love the Cult. Yes, all glory to the Cult, the leader calls us to our reward. Not me, but my aunt dated Matthew McConaughey before he was famous. He ended up getting invited to her wedding to my normal uncle, and proceeded to pass out drunk in the back of my family's car. He refused to leave, and now my dad refuses to watch his movies. He said in an interview that he kind of cleaned up his act in an effort to make it. I guess it worked. My aunt went on a date with Jimmy Buffett. She said he picked her up, stopped at a gas station, bought a jar of pickles and then drove to the beach. They ate pickles and he took her home. Little did she know he went on many dates like this, slowly eating each of the components of a cheeseburger on each subsequent date. All-you-can-eat burger ingredients. A burger buffet, if you will. My aunt kissed Gordon Lightfoot in a bathroom at one of his concerts. In guessing there was probably more, but she didn't elaborate. She probably went down like the Edmund Fitzgerald. Edit. Thanks for the awards. Glad I could give so many a chuckle. She took a load, but it sure wasn't iron ore. There was a bone to be chewed. The gales of November came early, but Gord didn't. My friend's aunt went on a blind date with Gerard Butler, circa 300 the movie, not the year. There was a big miscommunication, because he was looking for a hookup and she's a kindly French-Canadian woman in her 50s, but they both had a laugh about it and enjoyed supper with each other. She said he was very kind, and very muscular. My mom lived in Key West in the early mid-80s. She dated Sting for a while. He had a really nice yacht and they went on a sailing trip during which he realized my mom is psycho, she is. He ended it right after. Sometimes to duck with my dad I'll start singing Roxanne or Message in a Bottle. I always imagined Sting had a nice yacht. Sting had the nice yacht, Mom had the nice yacht. R. Kelly asked me out on a date in the mid-90s. I declined because I had a boyfriend at the time. Besides, I was too old for him, lol. You dodged a bullet there. Oh. I mean, stream. My aunt was married, engaged to Van Morrison briefly. Here they are together on this album artwork. No interesting stories that I could remember. They were in love, but given he was always gone, so the challenges that come with fame, his personality quirks documented in many places, and my aunt's young age at the time, 20, it didn't work out. I was told that he would play guitar for the fam on Christmas get-togethers. Edit, obligatory holy crap, this blew up. I could probably get her to do an AMA if people are really interested. Edit 2, correction, engaged, not married. Edit 3, more clearing up the record after talking more to my aunt. This is the first post I've been able to figure out who's behind the magic door. Your aunt was married to him during his most epic phase, so she's not unknown to fans of a certain age. Thank you for sharing. I have a family friend who dated Daniel Radcliffe. I was 7 at the time they dated, and a huge Harry Potter fan. I don't remember much aside from the fact that he was a really sweet guy. On my 8th birthday, my family friend told Daniel it was my birthday and he texted me a personal happy birthday message despite never having met me. Absolutely made it the best birthday ever. Edit, you are all asking why I had a phone at 8 years old. To clarify, Daniel texted from my family friend's phone to my mom's phone, and sadly, I don't still have the message, as my mom's messages were deleted when she got a new phone. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it's true, I swear on Reddit. That little monster kid from the first Mad Max lived next door to us as kids and constantly chased my sister around trying to kiss her. Edit, spelling, and apparently he is in the second movie. I really ducking hope this is true. Of course it's not true, that kid was feral. They found him in the outback and just decided to roll with it. Like Marlon Brando's cat in The Godfather. I dated Flux Pavilion for 7 years. It was great. So we got married in January. I enjoy my own company, so the touring isn't really a problem. Edit, I posted that and then felt guilty about such a low effort post. So. It's nice to share my life with a person so creatively fulfilled. I love hearing whatever Hess worked on that day when he gets home. I get to tag along to cool places, and it's sweet to see how much people care about his music. I generally don't try to explain what he does when I meet new people because they either won't get it and don't care, or they do get it, care too much, and then only want to talk to me about his music. Largely though, just a normal happy marriage. He judges me when I listen to Radio 1. I judge him when his phone isn't on silent. His job isn't much of a factor in our daily life. I married Josh, not Flux Pavilion, really? Hess an excellent husband for myriad reasons, and his musical talent is only one of those. I who Flux Pavilion is, but he did good in the wife department apparently. He's one of the OG modern dubstep people.